Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I usually do a Monday message, but the energy has been so compact and populated. It's coming out on Tuesday today. So it's a Tuesday message this week. So last week I talked to you a lot about the compressed energy that we're feeling in the collective right now. There's just a lot squeezed into the space. And everyone is dealing with uh, a lot of things going on, a lot of dramatic things going on, health issues, job challenges, relationship challenges of all kinds. You name it, it's been a mishmash. But most everyone is feeling the hectic nature of dealing with compressed energy. So last week I talked to you a lot about how do you slow the pace down. And even me, I'm an expert at this, is something I work with on an ongoing basis. I found it challenging to slow the pace down because even intentionally trying to slow it down when the collective is pushing in on you, it does make it a full-time job to monitor the pace and moment by moment say yes to this, no to that, what am I going to not deal with? And everything seems to be of vital importance. So that's the nature of the beast. But the good news is we're nearing the end of this. We've got another week of it here. And as we near the end of the week, however, I'm not an astrologer per se, but for whatever reason, a lot of times my sensibilities about the energy relate to astrological influences. And we have these interesting aspects with the planet Uranus, whatever. I know it's easy to make jokes about, but and that is a planet that brings unexpected things into our experience. And that's what's coming up at the end of the week. And that can fly both ways. Unexpected in a positive, feel good way, or unexpected in a, oh, damn, what's this, right? So just know this is what we're going through. And for me, what I keep trying to do, and mostly successfully, is, I'm always preaching, be the buoy in the ocean. Just really see if you can flow in, if you want to be in that place so that you're not hitting up hard against people, events, moments. I'm doing that by creating as much space as I possibly can. I'm trying to take time off. I'm trying to not cram my schedule. It's just partly what I've noticed is I'm getting a lot of emergency sessions from people. So, and I'm glad I have the space. I'm creating the space, and then the people who really need that extra attention can have it. So, but it's the nature of the beast right now. So look toward the end of this week for surprises on both ends of that coin, okay? And look for it to continue to be compressed. As we get into next week, after the presidential election especially, and the aftermath of the presidential election, which will take about 10 days, then we will, it's gonna relax more. Then we're gonna start to move into that holiday period where we start focusing on how are we going to deal with the holidays in the land of COVID. What does that mean? But we're all conditioned, call it cellular memory, whatever, that once the holidays begin, we all start to redirect our attention to our families and what things might look like in a holiday world. And so, but energetically, and of course, when Mercury goes direct, the planet of communications, technology, travel, all, that happens in mid-November. So once that we're behind that, I think we're all going to feel a lot better. Okay, so let's get to it in terms of the presidential election. As of today, I mean, I've said it all along that this feels like it's Joe Biden's election to lose. And he has been doing some shooting himself in the foot of recent, for those of you who pay attention. And I don't pay attention a lot, by the way. I'm still telling you, stay away from the news. If there's nothing there for you that you need, if you're one of those rare species that is still on the fence of who to vote for or what you believe is true, I still don't think that's the best place to go to get your information. That being said, as of right now, there is sort of a momentum towards Trump at this point. It doesn't mean that Biden will not still overtake and maintain his energy. But I think we have to delve deeper. And I want to go deeper with this for a minute because I know people are highly charged around these issues. Okay. I think it's important to remember for those of you who are on the liberal side and the conservative side, I'm going to try and speak for both of you if I can, to my best of my ability. I think that conservative people tend to feel democratic presidencies mean the end of freedom, that our freedoms are going to be taken away and we're forced into doing things that we may not be prepared or want to do. And I think that there are conservatives who feel that having a non-politician, someone who is deeply flawed, very human, which are most people who are flawed, right, and make lots of mistakes, they like that. That makes them feel acknowledged. So I know there's always these arguments about how can people think that Trump is for the average person. It's because he is flawed, okay? That is the average person, all right? It's not about the money, it's about the flawed piece. So again, conservatives fear loss of personal power and freedoms. And then the Democrats feel a return to injustice as a way of being. And it isn't that some of these realities don't organically play out depending on who's the leader in a country. But I think it's very important that we take the focus off of people. Whether you're a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, neither of them are the topic. They represent the symptoms of other issues that go on in a culture or in a collective. And so if you get hyper focused on this is a really bad person and the evils of the world happen over here, or this person is so this or that, and the benevolence of the world rises and falls on this individual, you're missing the point of being a participating member of culture and society. So, and I'm going to drill that back even more. And don't be mad at me. I'm trying to help here. Okay. And you know where I'm going. If you know me and you watch these videos at all, you know where I'm going to go, or I hope you know where I'm going, because that means I'm being consistent. Your wealth, your health, your abundance, your well-being, your freedom does not live in who lives in the White House. Doesn't live there. That's not how it's achieved. And it's very important you look at the energy that you react to. What sets you off, what makes you upset, what causes you to be fearful, because that is your reactivity playing out in the world. And look at the politicians, the news media, various other people out there are on purpose pushing your buttons. They are trying to get you riled up. That's their goal, because if they rile you up and tap into your energy, they can control you. They can make you do what they want you to do. That is a true loss of freedom. That is a true loss of free will. When you no longer of your own volition can see the energy and choose to engage or not engage. So I'm saying, especially in this last week, I record most of my shows so I can fast forward through commercials. But I tell you what, everything is going to be a commercial. I mean, on social media, whether Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it's going to be political. I'm telling you, stay away from it. It's not your friend. It's just not helpful. And I know when we start to attach and start to identify to points of being, whether it's around injustice or loss of freedom, whichever part of the spectrum you fall on, then every time you see an ad or a celebrity or a person who's endorsing a point of view that you ascribe to, you're going to be hooked into that. Yeah, they're validating what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. I'm telling you, that's not your friend. You want to keep focused on your reactivity to the moment you are in. You want to keep focused on what actually causes empowerment to take root in yourself and in culture at large. And it is not aligning with an ideology. It is not aligning with a certain political person. It is an aligning with yourself and feeling your own power so that you can, from that point, choose how to contribute to the collective. That's what you want to be doing here, people. And it doesn't matter. I know you're gonna come after me. I know it. Doesn't matter who's in the White House. I mean, whoever's in the White House, there's going to be stuff that goes down that people don't like. Why? Because we have flawed individuals who come into a process and they're going to live out their flaws in front of us. That's what we do. But it does not disempower you, no matter who's in that White House. I hope I'm making my point. Watch your reactivity. That's what you have power over. That's how you can make an influence. Yes, your vote has an influence, but it's really the power of you being centered and grounded in yourself and seeing the power of authentic self, as opposed to responding to ideologies and identifications points that, quite frankly, are forced upon you. I don't care what side of, if you're Democrat or a Republican or anywhere in between. They're putting it in there. It's like, this is what we want you to eat it, okay? They're forcing this into your system and you feel you have to choose. Watch your reactivity, don't partake. As of today, Trump has a small energetic lead, but this is a close race. It could go up until the night before. I mean, these two are gonna battle it out. But know that you are looking at the battle of what people perceive to be loss of freedom and what other people perceive to be injustice taking root as a way of being. You have to look at what people are really fighting about, what people think they're fighting about and for. If you are a person who aligns with freedom as a way of being as a person, that you honor other people's freedoms, if you are a person who lives a life of justice and well-being, that will continue to be your experience. Don't let the fear that people want to put in your space that you can no longer have those experiences in your life because of a single person in a White House or anything else. Don't let that come to pass in your own state of being, because that's not where the power is. The power is in aligning with the intelligence that gave you life, which is an unlimited power source, and nothing trumps divine love and wisdom. Nothing is more powerful than that connection. Now, last week in my magnetism class, we did this really, maybe it's a week before. I'm on the last week, by the way. Any of you who want to join, it's the last week of the magnetism class this weekend. We did this exercise where it's to become aware of your own consciousness and the awareness that is you, that timeless piece. And so what we did was this. I had people look at their life as if they were in a room with a piano and a bunch of people hanging around. And then I said, okay, so you're in the room, yeah, have a bunch of people hanging around. All of a sudden the piano is removed. Okay, I take away the piano. That's okay, I don't have to have the piano. That's not a problem, I can do without that. But then all of a sudden the people are removed. And like, well, okay, now I'm alone. It's okay, I like being alone, that's not a problem. But what happens if you take away the awareness that you are now alone? Now you've taken away that there's a piano, there's no people. Now, if there's no awareness of these things happening, guess what? You don't exist. You're no more. So just the awareness that there is nothing, that is who you are. The awareness that something is going on. That's a very small down version of the meditation we did. But practice recognizing that you are not your external environment. You're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, and you're not the form that takes place in a manifestation process that becomes tangible reality. You are different than that. And do your best to stand back from the thoughts, from the emotion, and then the form, and recognize you're watching it all. And so as this week progresses with all this insane, crazy, compressed energy and all this these out of the blue stuff going on, Whether it's the planet of Uranus coming at us, I don't know. But expect surprises. Expect the pace to continue to be, as fast as your little feet can move you. But continue to watch your reactivity. Continue to watch your experience. And solely monitor how you are engaging in life. Are you contributing or are you contaminating the experience? And don't align with ideologies. Align with your truth. Align with the consciousness that can fuel the authentic power center of you, your abundant core. If you want to make a difference in the world, that's how you do it. It's not through getting angry, and it's not through showing yourself how different you are from someone else. You want to see what you actually have in common, which is that there is an environment trying to control you and make you afraid. And fear is not your friend, as I've said before. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I know I probably set a lot of you off. You don't like some of those things I said. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to wake you up. Trying to wake you up to yourself, your true self, that part of you that sits in the seat, as Gary Zukav would say, of the soul, sitting inside, watching the experience. That's where the power is. It's not outside of you. So, this again remains Joe Biden's election to lose, but Trump has some energy. So he's not a person you can ever count out. But right now it's close. It is super close. I think Biden's going to pull it out. The energy's still saying he's going to come through. But I will Monday for sure. If I have to do it on Sunday, I'll do a Monday message and do a reread on the energy. We're going to be okay, everybody. It's going to be okay. No matter what happens, you are going to be okay. You are indestructible. You are timeless. You're on a continuum, and this is just one piece of history of life on the continuum of your experience. Okay, this too shall pass. More to come. I'm here if you need me, and I welcome your comments. I appreciate all the ones that came last week. It was fun. All right, you guys have a great day and a great week. All right, take care.